Hello, welcome to another episode of Bin Juice. Today, we're talking about England with Scottish people. I've brought them in to tell so they can say what they hate about England. On our top left, we've got Jen, cosplayer that will steal your man and then follow up by stealing your wife. TikToker, streamer, amazing human. On the other side, Kingy, we just know him. He follows us everywhere. But he's the fake trucker that will drive for hours just to give Boris Johnson a swift Glaswegian kiss. So let's just get right into it. I'll start with Jen. Jen, what do you want to chuck in the bin about England?
Oh Christ, where did I start? No offense. As much as I have lots of English friends, God, I'm probably just gonna straight up words that involve the letters U and R together. So just gonna write them off. Just a wee quick happy moment for all the English people that clearly enjoy Scottish people saying these words. We've got curly whirly, burglar alarm, purple. Like, I know we're idiots, right? I know we can't talk. We can't talk properly. We understand this. We use just like to make a mockery of us and everything we do. But most of that, yeah, most of that.
It's like, how often though? How often do people do that?
All the fucking time.
All the time.
Literally.
All the time.
Literally all the time. Oh, you're Scottish. Could you say curly whirly, please? Right, fine. Or can I add another one, Jennifer? Yeah. Will you say there's been a murder? Because we all thought like Taggart.
Yeah.
I know. God. But yeah. Don't get me wrong. I don't have much beef with England and English people, but yeah, that's a lot of PTSD. A lot of PTSD right there.
So much.
I've never thought of that.
Time.
Ever. But can you say curly whirly for me?
Curly whirly, I will actually beat you up after this.
I've just never thought of that.
But yeah, and the fact, like, you know, I'm not one for politics, right? But no matter how much the Scottish people vote, it means jack shit.
Oh, we're getting into this one. Yeah, I
know. That's the only thing. I'm not going to say anything else about it, but that is like, I'm like standing in the ballot place, which is a primary school, and you're just like, what? Why am I even here? What's the point? We're going to go here, but we don't care.
It's been mad though over the last like few elections that the SNP is really taking control of Scotland though. It's like SNP and Labour, and there's nothing else up there really anymore. And Labour's died.
Labour's dead up here. I think there's like
it's going downhill.
One Labour MP, maybe.
Yeah,
I've lost track because there's so many fucking general elections.
Yeah, yeah, literally.
There is yet one Labour MP, 6 Conservative MPs, and 4 Scottish Liberal Democrat MPs.
Oh, is that his own party or Scottish Liberal Democrat, or is it just Lib Dem that are Scottish?
It's Lib Dems, but the Scottish branch of the Lib Dems, which are technically overruled by the Westminster overlords.
Yeah, of course. But is that in the Scottish Parliament, or is that in like the?
That is our representatives for each of our 59 members of the British Parliament.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Mm.
I know it's gone the other way. I know Scots are basically now just Scotland, completely separate from Britain.
Yeah, I know.
But
we're dumb fucks that way, though.
I mean, but like it's better off. Like, I'd rather be up there at the moment than down here.
I suppose. Yeah, nah. Yeah. I get that.
Good patter up there.
Ah.
Oh, you're well educated. I enjoy that.
Oh, aye.
Yeah, no, but like, it's honestly, it's just everything talk related between a Scottish person and an English person. Because I remember first coming into like all the Discords and stuff, and everyone's like, "Can someone translate what the fuck she's saying?" And I'm just like,
yeah, I know. And sometimes I think, like Alex, for instance, still, unless they're lip reading, has to be like, what?
Yeah, you just get a lot of blank stares, like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just.
See, I know personally, I I can have quite a heavy accent, especially after I've had a couple of sherries. My Glaswegian accent does come out a lot heavier. Or sorry, my West of Scotland accent, because I'm not technically from Glasgow.
I don't know what it is though about the accent, because the Americans need subtitles sometimes. Frankie Boyle
Oh, don't even
cannot be
start me on
understood.
subtitles.
And it's
See, like the closed captions for a Scottish person doesn't
Yeah.
exist.
well, no, because it's more English, isn't it? Even if it is a closed caption 1-to-1, like eyes taken out half the time and stuff like this. And,
Yeah.
like, translated to English.
Yeah, because you always get like the YouTube videos that's obviously clearly aimed at like English people and American people, but like you get like Scottish cosplayers and all that are like they have to put the English translation because we just speak utter garbage all at one time. So for people to actually understand, like I don't know where like because we're all on the same island, you know. So English, and then like we're obviously English heritage as well, but also more Scottish. But yet, just because there's a border in between us, all of a sudden we can't understand what the hell one side's saying.
Well, it's just, I'm not going to lie, it's not Scottish as from an English perspective. Because remember, there isn't an English accent, is there?
Yeah, I suppose.
So, like, the proper Southerners, like, I say this as if we're in America, like Texas versus, like, New York, but, like, from
Yeah.
Cornwall to, like, Newcastle, people don't get what Newcastle people are saying.
Yeah,
And that
I don't
obviously that's
understand
south
it.
border,
The fact that
so-
we're all on the same island, but the further up you go and the lower down you go, it's just completely different.
Mm.
Like, it's mad how the things like that have just kind of been bred into, like,
Yeah,
I'm going
I
to say
think
genetics.
it's-
It's probably not genetics, but
Well, it's a dialect from different regions.
Yeah,
It's
it's just-
because, like, we've had, like, Viking, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
Scotland and the north are more Viking and Celtic and all that stuff from donkey to go, and then the south's more Roman with French influences, and then it's like England's been
Yeah,
invaded by so many different people, and then so many different offshoots. of
such a
people.
small island's been through so much shit,
Yeah,
hasn't it?
literally.
Like, okay.
So many people try and conquer this bloody small island for
No,
some
out of
reason.
all of the places on this planet, let's go for that wee tiny island. That looks nice.
Yeah, literally. It's like the
Let's go there.
Romans got to us and then died by the barbarians, so some of them stayed along, and then the French.
Yeah.
It's like, it's mental. It's absolutely crazy to think about, like, how far things have gone. But that's why people just love the Scottish accent, though, because you're all ginger, and that's a
Oh,
dying
there you
breed.
I'm a dying breed.
Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah.
Yeah, my child isn't even ginger, so I
Oh,
failed
you
there.
didn't even
Oh.
produce
And
a new ginger.
had one chance, and I fucked up. It's fine. My sister's
You're
ginger.
part of the reason as to why gingers can be extinct in a few
know.
decades. You know, not
No.
producing
big,
ginger.
big emotional.
Diet, just
No.
diet rare.
No.
Put a wig on.
Can't be a fake. No fake in this household. No chance.
I get ginger in my beard, but that's about it.
See, that's funny you should say that. The number of people I've met as a man that have ginger in the beard, but the hair's like dark brown. I'm just like, what's going on?
It's
It's
from
quite
the.
common. There is
Yeah.
a reason
It's
for
really
it.
common, yeah.
It's not so much like over the seas. It's an English thing because of the Celtic. Like I say, the bastardization of everything is like, I've got Irish in me from the Irish genes. I get ginger bits,
Yeah.
whereas apparently the other side didn't get any of it.
There you go.
It's all that because the Irish is just a slightly less mentally ill Scottish person.
So we're all mentally ill.
How do you think Scotland was founded? The Irish were like, I know an even rainier place to live. So they all moved up to Scotland.
I was going to say, it doesn't rain that much.
Sorry,
It's
that's
whistle raining outside my window.
That's the Billy Connolly quote, so don't worry.
No copyright.
Not a
no
factual
copyright
opinion.
content. Oh god.
All right. So, Kingy, what's your bit?
Now, this is a thing that, and I know you two don't necessarily watch as much sports as I do. However, as you know, I'm a big sports fan. I enjoy my sports. I enjoy my football. I enjoy my Formula One. I enjoy my golf. I enjoy my darts. I occasionally enjoy a bit of winter curling. However, one of the things...
Curling? Do we even have curling teams?
Yeah, we have international curling team.
God, right.
Curling was invented in Scotland anyway. Anyway.
Anyway.
One of these things that ruins my enjoyment of these sports, these great sports, is English commentators, right? So I'll be sitting along, I'll be watching, the Champions League game on a Wednesday night, It's Liverpool and Barcelona, for example. And I'll be sitting there, have my beer, and then I'll have this Scouse, and this is my one time I can use this in this podcast, Scouse cunt Stephen McManaman prattling on in his high-pitched Liverpudlian accent about nothing in particular, about how just because they're an English team that they're getting screwed, or they're only getting beat because the ball's overly inflated. There's always these excuses that, and it's always very English-centric, If, for example, in this hypothetical game that I'm talking about, if Liverpool get beat, it's not because Barcelona were the better team. No. There's a flaw with Liverpool. They've been unlucky. They've been screwed by the dirty foreign referees. They've been, like I said, the ball is just not the perfect. It's too rainy, or the Spanish heat. It's never once because the other team was better. Also, these don't know the rules of the game. You never know the rules of the game. It's very frustrating to listen to.
I'm not going to lie.
It ruins my enjoyment.
As the English person in this, I don't know the rules of any game. I don't even know the rules of what we're doing right now. I'm making it up as I go along, to be honest. But I just hate the way they sometimes speak, and how I have to keep bringing up Americans. How Americans love the English accent. Mm-hmm. Like the classic commentator sort of British accent. So no matter what comes out, and then I assume that people on TV and what have you think that everyone feels the same way. So for sporting events, they're like, oh yes, the German that's watching this Barcelona v Liverpool really going to enjoy the eloquence. And it just seems like that way that people, the enunciation, the eloquence, the style. But no, it's not like that at all. Everyone hates it. At least all the English people do, and the Scottish, and the Irish and the Barcelonians.
It's just Stephen McManaman, to be honest. I just hate Stephen McManaman.
So what you're actually boiling it down to is you don't hate English commentators, you just hate him, that English man.
Specific ones that are specifically worse than others. Stephen McManaman's always the first one that comes to mind.
The F1 commentators aren't that bad though.
And anyone that's an F1 fan have this opinion that Sky Sports F1 should rebrand its name to Sky Sports Hamilton because of how much they overly hype Hamilton. Someone else can be doing something and it's like, oh, Hamilton's been screwed, or Hamilton's done this, or Hamilton's not even in this race, but we're going to talk about Lewis Hamilton constantly through the entire thing.
Same. Jen, don't you agree with that? Yeah.
See, I'm not really, I know who Lewis Hamilton is, obviously, because he's the face of English F1, but I'm not.
I just know he Santander like him.
I was going to say Santander. That's all I think about right now.
The Spanish bank really like him.
Yeah, they do.
I can only relate it back to esports and stuff where, you're watching a COD game and then you get the English people speaking. You're just like, this doesn't seem right.
Yeah, it's English YouTubers as well. Obviously, you're just so used to YouTube being American territory with all the big YouTubers and all that. But then you had the Sug siblings and all those. I can't even remember half of them now. It's back when you're that kind of tween, early teenager. You were obsessed with Zoella and Joe Sugg and all those pure high end big up there YouTubers. They're slowly you probably won't because
you would if you saw who they were.
Yeah,
I would if I wasn't such an old man.
Yeah, that True. Basically. But yeah, so it's weird, especially hearing that more female, kind of feminine English accent on like YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
With all these hauls and these tutorials and stuff, and you're just kind of like, this doesn't, like, don't get me wrong, they're really talented and it's obviously good content for them to be as popular as they are, but like, it's that kind of way you're just like, this doesn't feel right. It's the same with like Scottish YouTubers are like next to obviously nigh impossible to find. So you're just kind of like, oh, okay, that's really weird. Like, hearing the Scottish accent on YouTube, you're like, ugh. And then hearing the English accent, you're kind of like, heh. When an American person, you're just like, oh yeah, this is totally normal. Like, they're so cool.
Yeah, I feel this, like I've only really, because there's like Ali A, the classic like voice you hear like over the top of like YouTube videos, and like it's a meme at this point.
It's just a walking advert for like a 40-minute video. It's like, hey guys, use this code. You know, oh god, Ali, please. Dude,
hi guys, use code Ali A in the Fortnite item shop.
I know, but he's got like one of the more editable. Like, there's only so much Ali you can watch without being like, oh god.
The way his voice is, he could commentate over anything. I think he did do a couple Fortnite things early on, back when it was like in that way, when it was first conceived. I know. I think like English voices over the top of stuff in internet world is rare, really.
Yeah.
Because it's such a small microcosm. It's like people do get big on that stuff, but like whereas I'd say like so for like the conflict is that the people that are big streamers / gamers in the UK are generally YouTubers, like actual YouTubers that produce like proper content on YouTube, like hide and seek videos or like group videos and stuff like this. Mm-hmm. Those are the big like English like people in gaming.
Yeah.
Whereas like in America, you have all those people like Mr. Beast and David Dobrik and all the likes of that. But then you have the streamers and the gamers, which are the streamers and the gamers, and they don't really produce long format YouTube content like the others do. So it's like a definite split between the two worlds.
Yeah,
I feel. But in England, it's like they're both just the same people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you don't get like those English, except for Vicstar. I think Vicstar's like the exception to that rule. But then he's got like 4 YouTube channels over 1 million subs. So
he turned up in BBC the other week.
Yeah, he was on the game show, wasn't he?
Next to Judy Murray.
Yeah, it was. And Omid Jalali, was it?
Maybe. I got very confused because I was like, what's that pleb doing next to absolute Queen Judy Murray?
It was Michael McIntyre thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, the one where they're all on the wheel and they spin round, and I had no idea how that game works.
Yeah, no, I wanted to watch it just to see what it's like, because, Vicstar doesn't have to do that. It doesn't have to at all, but anyway. Any more on English commentators in sports?
I was going to do a rant about the 2018 World Cup, but I feel like it's possibly a bit ridiculous. I'm going to go into it anyway.
I'm glad mentally I can imagine you saying it, so that's all good. We can.
Yeah, your World Cup run was crap. You beat like 2 teams that were jobbers, and then you came up against his big team. You shat it.
I can actually I have a story about that. I'll just quickly get on. I'll get on and get out. I don't watch sports. I'm not a sport watcher. However, generally the World Cup, I'll sort of pay attention enough because it's a World Cup. Rather than having to care about Manchester versus Liverpool, it's like, oh, England's playing. That's cool. And then I watch them. So I was in a town not far from Cambridge. It's a small town. I can't remember what it was called. That sort of left my brain. But I was there with someone. We went and we went out for a couple of drinks. It was like it was a game that England lost to leave the cup. And it was one of those like villages. It's like a small town, and it was all locals. And there was no like spoon. Well, there was one spoon, so we went into a local. We were having a drink, and we heard that England were doing bits. And then when England lost, I was a bit sort of panicked because I was like, "Oh fuck, they've lost. This could be bad for us." Because like if they get angry or whatever, but everyone is just so sad. Like I've never seen or like been in a place where there was more people sad about something. No one was angry. No one was like upset. They were just there like, oh, can I get another drink? and that's just how the rest of the night went. And it was like the weirdest thing I've ever experienced, and it's only something that sports could ever do or give to me. So anyways, go on, Kingy.
I was going to say I have the opposite story, because I was in a pub also watching that game in Motherwell, full of Scottish people, and when we got put out, rounds on everyone, big cheers. Hey! I felt really bad. There was this one poor English guy who took it so well. He took it so well. I think everyone felt a bit bad. We were all cheering, we're like, "Oh, sorry, pal. Here, have a beer, pal. There you go. There you go. Control yourself." But it was like the direct opposite of what of your story.
My bin is something that I think is actually a British thing, not just an English thing. But as an English person, I sadly experienced it a heckin' lot. And that's summer. Summer as an English person is awful. There's no AC. There's no decency by any human that cares. People walk around topless. Fucking basically in underwear 99% of the time. The parks are riddled with people. The rivers, the lakes, riddled with people. Supermarkets are sweaty and grim and just sticky. You can't rip your skin off. So these few years, when we're getting up to 40 degrees, it's been unbearable sometimes.
Can't relate. Imagine having that amount of heat in England. We
It's
don't get that much.
it's been getting up to 40, like not like only for a couple days. It's been like heat wave, and then you get up to 40, and it's just you're just sat there like, I'm fucking dying, mate. Pubs as well, like it's just they're rammed all the time because like it's so hot. Everyone's like, I'm a culprit. I do this too. You go out and get a pint because it's so hot. You just like don't know what to do with yourself. But it's just mental. It's like I can keep my clothes on in summer. I'm a live events worker. I wear black all summer.
Oh yeah,
I'm on a festival site in a black t-shirt and black trousers more than most of the day.
Oh god.
And then I go out on the weekend. I'm wearing like shorts and like a nice t-shirt, like a light, nice fabric, bit light, styling. And then like I just see matey boy with the fucking Jabba the Hutt walking down the street with his top off. And I'm just like, I don't want to see that, mate.
Yeah. There's
That's
no
pretty
boundaries on
it
on
does
the whole of the UK. Zero boundaries.
Yeah, it's like they just don't care at all, and
Yeah.
it's just so stressful. Oh, I've got a visitor.
There is a cameo.
I know, bombarded. Oh.
I feel like Kingy would be that guy though.
I mean, only when it's really, really hot and I'm in my own back garden.
See, that's fine. Once you're in your public boundary, even if you're in your front garden, you just like pop outside to like go get the mail or
Yeah.
cut the grass.
Like,
It's like fair enough. That's your space.
I mean, it's never quite as hot as 40 degrees, but it has gotten definitely gotten a lot warmer up
like
here in
30,
the last few years. Yeah.
But still, when you're not used to it, that's still hot.
Yeah, exactly. And to your point of like, us as a country, we're not really designed for extreme cold winter, which we've been getting because everyone just slides a place and crashes the car. We're not really designed for hot summers either because we've not got any air conditioning or anything for those like 2 weeks. Like,
Yeah.
it is a strange one.
Worst 2 weeks of everyone's life.
Yeah, we're not really designed for spring because everyone dies of hay fever. It's
also it's a type of heat that we get. Like I've been in Italy working during summer, Germany, all this, and they're all just as hot.
Mm-hmm.
But the heat is just different.
It's more humid, isn't it? I would say
More humid here, yeah. So you sweat a lot. It's so sticky. Like whenever you sit down, it's just ah. Whereas like other places, it's just drier and nicer. And I could go for lovely cocktail in Switzerland during the summer, and you get a nice cool breeze, but you're not too sticky. Here, you go for a dark fruits, and you're like, you know, it feels like you need a shower every like 5 hours, if that.
I feel that. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I totally agree.
I know it's the same in Scotland as well. It's the same in all of Britannia, but I just feel like the English, like, you go to the beaches, it's just grim. People chuck shit everywhere. No one respects like recycling or even cleaning up after themselves. And then you got like Karen, that's like 60.
Oh, the over entitled Karen.
Yeah, that's like walking around in like a bikini in like Tesco.
Yes, oh my god.
And they're all leathery because they've been sunbathing for the last week. It's like, oh.
They've turned into a boot.
Yeah, it's just something from England that's just the worst about it.
Yeah, no, I feel that.
Yeah, it's
I
just,
mean, I want to say it's probably not as bad here, but I guarantee. I mean, I haven't really noticed it as much this summer, obviously. For
Obviously,
because no one's been out. But
going to come back in stronger force next summer, just to remind you.
oh yeah, definitely.
Everywhere you look.
You're like, oh god.
Every time you turn around, there's a topless man.
No. Oh god, yeah. Can I see, well, on the subject of summer times, obviously.
Yeah.
See, obviously, like, Scottish people tend to go to England quite a fair bit. I know so many people that go down to like Blackpool,
yeah.
all your typical places. People go to London for the weekend over the summer, that kind of thing. And one thing that I've not really been down much, I've not been down to experience this, I should say, but English, like, stores and shops rejecting Scottish notes. What the hell is up with that?
I hate that too.
I'm like, what? I'm like, we have about 90% of our notes up there are English, but we bring the Scottish notes down here and they're like, ew, I don't want that. No, not accepting that.
It's like, so even as an English person, if you're working, like, I was on the, I'm not going to go to because of company reputations that I don't want to sour.
Mm-hmm.
I went to Glasgow, I had a horrible time because there's a theatre there that me and Kingy have discussed this before, and there's a theatre there that's just, yeah, the owner's a massive knobben. But I went to McDonald's the morning of that, and I was doing 3 dates, so I went to like Leicester, then up to Glasgow, and then down to Blackpool, and went to McDonald's, and we got an English note back, Scottish note back, and I was like, oh, I got to use this before I get out of Scotland, because like there's like an old joke from a Scottish person from Live at the Apollo or something. It's like, I think you'll find it's legal tender, and it's like it's true. It's like you go to an English person, and they're like, what's this Monopoly money? It's like, use your freaking brain.
It has the Queen's face on it, though.
Yeah.
That's I'm like, it says Bank of Scotland on it, but they're like, yeah.
I feel like people need to be trained, because it's generally like people under the age of 20 that actually have no idea what you're giving them.
Yeah.
They'll like call their manager, be like, "Excuse me."
It happened to me. Yeah, it happened to me one time in work, and I think what is it? It's one of the I think it's one in the Commonwealth. But they're like, they have British. It is British tender.
Yeah.
Tender.
Yeah.
But it looks nothing like, it's like green. And I thought they handed me $1, and I was like, but it's got the Queen's face on it. It says like,
is it Northern Ireland? It's Northern Ireland, because I've had Northern Ireland.
It was the Irish one, but I think it was like Jersey or something like that.
So Jersey,
like, really weird looking money, and I was just like, what the bloody
Jersey and Guernsey have different currency as well, because of they're technically independent states. That's why they have different tax laws than we do. They have pound notes.
Yeah. I was just like,
you can't take those in shops, but you can get them changed in banks. But you're not supposed to take them.
Can I come up with a really clever solution for the banknote problem that everyone comes up with? It's 2021. Use fucking contactless.
I mean, that's also true.
We'll get there.
I understand the frustration.
Give it 2 decades.
But also, oh, you're not accepting my note? Well, rather than argue about it, but done.
When we're 40, yes, that'd probably be more the way. But right now, in our 20s, it's not.
Yeah.
We were born.
I like that physical money though. It makes me feel powerful.
Yeah,
Just like-
I've
I
actually
do like
stopped using it. Like,
Like 2 seconds, well, I just whip out this wad of £5 notes that I purposely got from the bank just to make it look like I've got lots of money in my purse. Like,
I feel like when you're a kid though, that having like a physical, like, amount of money,
yeah.
something tangible, and
Yeah.
I still like the fact that I can, if I wanted to, I could get all my money out of the bank, count it, put it back in.
I've never thought about that. That's what I'm going to do next Saturday when I'm off.
Like a fully tangible amount is you can go up to your teller and just ask for your money. Because it needs to be physical. It's all imaginary anyway. It's all based on gold reserves, and guess what? I ain't seen no gold. Like, like,
I'm waiting.
yeah, it's like, can I exchange all my pound for the gold that it's supposed to represent, please? Say that to your bank and see what they're going to do. Nothing. They're not going to show you gold.
You're actually sweating like, let me
The
get my
teller's
money.
going to scratch their head, be like, what do you mean? And then you can just be like, stay woke, fam. And like, that's all you can
Subliminal messaging. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, just stay woke. I'll go to a
Ugh.
different bank and ask for my gold, please. Thank you.
I'm here
Anyways.
for my gold.
Yeah, I'm here for me gold. Are
I'm
you
here.
are you a
Where's my gold?
leprechaun?
You're on bank seller.
Right, gonna call it a wrap on this one. What, out of all that we've discussed, would you put in the bin?
I might agree with you on summer because, like you, I also work in events. Summer is just me dressing up in black, being sweaty, and getting sunburned and hay fever, and it's just a miserable, sweaty time. So, summer can fuck off.
Yeah, agreed.
I mean, I'm gonna just put a quick twist on that and just say all weather in Britain.
All weather. We
Well,
shall
no
have
one said
no
that.
weather.
Summer
So-
shit.
No one
Spring
said that,
kick.
so we can't vote for that, sadly.
Right, well, okay then. I'll go for summer.
Yeah.
I'll probably go for summer as well.
However, I do agree with you. All English weather from beginning to end is just not
Yeah.
ideal. Under the power of not voting for myself, sorry, Kingy, people being dicks to Scottish people trying to get them to say stuff. So Jen wins on that one.
Yeah. God.
Because I hate that. It's like the lowest IQ thing that a human can do is like, I really like the way you say that. Say it, say it, say it, say it.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, no.
Yeah. It's funny the first time, but
Or
Then
at
you
least,
just
If you've
get-
asked me
I
to say
get, like-
curly whirly 5 times, in the space of a week, like, it stopped being funny. You need new Patterson.
yeah.
at least bait him into saying curly whirly. Like, oh, what's your favourite sweet?
Yep.
No, not that one. The other one.
Another one. yeah.
The other one.
I'm a fan of a chomp. Oh.
Alright. Well, thank you to everyone for listening / watching, depending where you are. JennJustJenn on TikTok, Twitter, just everything basically, and
Yeah.
all socials will be down below in the description. And Kingy, I guess I'll put your Twitter there, but you don't really.
Follow my Twitter for bad takes on wrestling.
So yeah, thank you all for listening, and I'll catch you later.